Into another episode of Game of Cryptos. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I appreciate all of you who have tuned in and have subscribed to the channel. I hope you guys are finding valuable content from everything. So as you can tell, this video, I wanted to go over the top 5 crypto narratives coming up for the next bull run. I believe that some of the previous narratives that were huge in previous bull runs are going to be slightly different in this one. I believe the narrative change, you had the DeFi summer, you had L1s and, the ETH killer narratives, and you had like the gaming DeFi narratives. I believe this one coming up in 2025 is going to be slightly different. So having that said, the first narrative that I think is going to be absolutely amazing in the 2025 bull run is going to deal with Ethereum. And as you can see, this is ultrasoundmoney.com. This shows you the amount of supply that's been burned since the merge. And this is going to lead me to the first narrative, which is the Ethereum layer 2 scaling solutions. Ethereum, in the height of a bull run, is going to need help with the fees. And if you didn't have these scaling solutions, the fees are going to be out of this world. Even in the couple months back during this bear market, I remember when, if you were going on Uniswap and you were buying a meme coin or whatever, just the gas fees alone were like $50-$60. I'm like, this isn't a bear market. Imagine in the next bull run how crazy that's going to be. So some of these ETH scaling solutions, if you go to Masari, you're going to see a list of some of the top ones. And right now you have Polygon, Matic, number 1. There's Mantle. I'm actually not too familiar with Mantle. That's a new one. Arbitrum, Optimism, some of the 2 very new ones. And then you got all these other ones. But I believe that in your crypto portfolio, again, this is not financial advice, but I think it would be wise to have a couple of L2 plays in your portfolio. And I say that because let's say you're someone who, maybe you feel like you dropped the ball on Ethereum. Ethereum right now, the price is around 1,600. Now, for some, 1,600 might be a lot of money, and you're like, I'm not going to be able to get one full Ethereum by the time the next bull run takes off. Well, if that's the case, if you kind of want like exposure to Ethereum or like a proxy to Ethereum, then picking up a couple L2s could definitely help you out. And honestly, since L2s are going to have a smaller market cap, you actually will be able to get potentially more gains than you would having invested in Ethereum anyways. Now for me, a couple of ones that I would invest in, and again, this isn't financial advice, but I think Polygon Matic is going to be a great one. It's been battle tested, and I think this one's here to stay, although Polygon is going to have competition with other L2s like Arbitrum and Optimism. These 2 are really hot right now. They're gaining a lot of traction and total value locked. I think actually right now Arbitrum has the highest TVL for L2s, which is insane because it just came out. So it's going to be interesting to see if it can continue this hype along with Optimism. Again, these other L2s are going to be a little bit more risky because they are new, but in past bull runs, it kind of has been proven that newer plays that have a good narrative technically outperform its other older components. So, if it were me, again, not financial advice, but I wouldn't just have Polygon. I would probably add a couple other L2s like Arbitrum or Optimism. So, again, that's going to be one of the narratives. Another narrative, we're going to switch over to CoinGecko. Another narrative I think is going to be very, very popular is going to be, where is it? It is going to be the AI narrative. And I'm sure you've heard other people talk about this, but I believe, come on, where is it? Some of these AI plays are going to be substantial. You didn't hear anyone talk about AI in the 2021 bull run. No one. No one was really investing in these plays. As you can see in the top list, you have Render, Fetch AI, SingularityNet, Akash, Ocean Protocol, Numier. I mean, the list goes on and on. Again, if you're considering investing in these plays, I would not. Obviously, don't invest in all of them. You'd be too spread. But I would say in these categories, in these narratives, pick one or two, maybe at least two in each narrative that you think are really strong plays. And be careful not to invest in cryptos that where the company, just came out and they put AI in the name. Now, this is not talking about Fetch AI because that has been around, but be careful of the new ones that, pop up today and are like AI this, AI that. It's definitely going to probably be more of like a money grab more than actually having utility. One of the top ones right now, Render, I think this has huge potential. Fetch AI, definitely another big contender. SingularityNet, AGIX, definitely huge potential. Now, the thing with these AI plays, yes, we did see some, run up during this bear market, but that's the thing. It's a bear market. So, of course, prices are going to go back down. Of course, prices are going to correct. But I definitely think that was just a prequel to what is coming. Like, these AIs are going to just, I think, go crazy. So far, we have your layer 2 scaling solutions on Ethereum that I think are going to be a big narrative. And we have AI, which I think is going to be another really big narrative. Now, the next one, we're going to go back to Masari website, I think is going to be metaverse and gaming, but I think this one's going to be a little bit of a twist. As you can see at the top of the list, you have plays like Sandbox, Axie Infinity, Decentraland, Gala. These were games. The Sandbox, the Decentraland. These were games. Alluvium. They pumped hard last bull run. That was one of the strongest narratives in the last bull run. I think if you go down the list a little bit more, I think, yes, gaming plays are going to be huge, but I think plays like Vulcan Forge or Magic, which are gaming studios, this is allowing you to not have to pick the one game that might go crazy. This gives you exposure to multiple games if you're potentially investing in a studio that is producing these games that can end up going crazy. And two that have been on my watch, I'm not invested in it, but Vulcan Forge and Magic are definitely gaining traction. Again, there is risk. They are lower market cap, but I think that the new people coming in, retail, people are interested in new things, new narratives, new plays. Sometimes the old stuff might not gain the traction even it deserves. Even if it's good, it still might not get all the traction because the newer plays that are getting more hype and getting even more utility. So definitely look at some gaming studios. Now, you can obviously still invest in some gaming plays like Sandbox, Decentraland. Who knows? Those could be huge again. But I think it'd be wise to get a little in some gaming studios such as Magic or Vulcan Forge. Now, there's other ones too, but those are ones that I know more about and I'm interested in. So maybe you guys might want to include that. Now, the next one, the next narrative, we're going to go to interoperability. In previous bull run, you heard plays like Cosmos. You heard plays like Atom, which I think are still great plays. Interoperability is connecting the blockchains together where they can, kind of like talk to one another, where it allows people that maybe have something built on one blockchain be able to, transfer it over to another one. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm still trying to understand this, guys. Crypto is new, and I don't want to say something that isn't true. But basically, interoperability is really the foundational layer for crypto. And another play that I think is going to be huge is actually at the top of this list is Quant. Quant, with its overledger technology, I think it's going to be a big one. But overall, not diving too deep on just Quant, interoperability I think is going to be huge for the next crypto bull run. It was kind of touched upon in the last one with Cosmos and Atom. But also another one that I would throw in for the mix, Chainlink. Chainlink with its updates, with its CCIP, cross-chain interoperability, I think is going to be huge. So yes, Chainlink did have a pretty good bull run, but I think that's one that definitely can come back and do some even more damage with gains. And then Quant, with its low supply and what it's trying to do for the space, I think Quant is going to be a household name. So interoperability I think is going to be a huge play. Now the next one, I was split. Yes, I said top 5, but I think I'm going to do is just do a top 6. Now the next one, it's going to go back to L1s. Now, I don't think we need tens of hundreds of thousands of L1s. I think at the end of the day, and maybe not in this bull run, but at the next bull run, eventually people are going to realize how silly it is to keep making, the same type of cryptos with the same type of, I have more transaction speed, blah, 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 blah. I think in this space, you're going to only end up having maybe 5 top L1s. I think Ethereum is here to stay. Obviously, everyone knows Ethereum is a good pick, but other L1s that I think are going to have a good run at not being ETH killers, because I don't think anything's taking out ETH, but ETH competitors. I think Cardano is one of them. I think Solana is another one. And, you have other plays like Near Protocol, Algorand. But honestly, I think Cardano and Ethereum, or Cardano and Solana, are going to probably make another really good bull run. I know Solana had a lot of heat with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda and all that, but I think Solana has held up pretty well considering what happened in the past. And it'd be interesting to see if Solana will reach all-time highs again. I think it could. But that's why you are diversified when you are investing, guys. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So if I was making some L1 plays, maybe have a little bit in Ethereum, have a little bit in Cardano, Solana, and then whatever else near Algorand, whatever floats your boat. So up to this point, we have the L2 narratives, we have the interoperability narrative, we have AI, we have gaming studios, and we have L1s. So what's the last one? What's the last big narrative that I think we will have? As you can probably guess, I think it's definitely going to be the meme coin narrative. Now, in the last bull run, to me, the last bull run, without a doubt, it was Dogecoin that had the biggest hype as a meme. Now, you did have Shiba Inu that came through later, and it did get a lot of hype, but nothing, to me, competes with Dogecoin. Now, I will say I think Dogecoin and Shiba Inu had their time. Will they make you potential gains in the next bull run? Yes. But will they make you as many gains as they did last time? I don't think so. I think newer cryptos, newer meme coins that come out, potentially Pepe. Pepe could be the next Dogecoin, or maybe the next Dogecoin isn't even out. Even though you see all these other ones, Dogelon, Emar, all these other meme coins, maybe the next one that becomes the meme coin of that bull run of 2025, it might not even be out yet. But if there was one I would keep my eye on, I think it would be Pepe. I think Pepe could make some significant gains because it hasn't even been through a bull run. That's the crazy part. And it already made people a ton of money. And its market cap is super low. I mean, we're looking at less than, you're looking at $329 million when I think Dogecoin reached a peak of like over 50 billion, guys. So the potential for memes are huge. Now, again, out of all the narratives I talk about, memes are the most speculative and the most risk. So be careful. Already have your bags packed with other good narrative plays, your L1s, your L2s, your interoperability plays. Get your bags packed with other safer cryptos, your Ethereum, if you want to invest in Bitcoin. And then, maybe you say, hey, you have 10 coins invested and you want to put one more in your portfolio, an 11th one. Yeah, pick your meme coin. Go crazy. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. But again, when it comes to investing, be careful. Nothing is guaranteed. Not even Bitcoin is guaranteed. But just know crypto I believe it is here to stay. I don't think it's just a fad. And at the end of the day, we're not going to need all these cryptos. I believe there's like over 25,000 cryptos on CoinMarketCap. But I think if you're invested in good plays that have a good, strong narrative, you are going to set yourself up hopefully pretty well for the next bull run. So I hope you guys like those narratives. Comment which ones do you agree with. Do you think that these 6 are going to be some of the top narratives? Was there a narrative that you think I missed that you think is going to be an additional very hot or not? So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are liking the content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.